Hello everyone. Today I'm going to be showing you how to make a little dashboard like this. We are looking at YouTube data across a couple of YouTubers I follow, and we're trying to answer a very specific question here, which is about post frequency. Do you need to post every day or every week? Is it possible for accounts to be successful if they post on a less regular basis? It's something I've always wondered about, and these two YouTubers are great examples of it, so I thought we'd dig into it with them. I'll also be sharing some fun Excel tips for how I put this dashboard together. I think it's a really great example of taking a very specific question and digging into the data to get an answer. And it certainly left me feeling like I had a deeper insight into just what works for posting videos online. So let's get into it. So we're looking at Bo Miles and Harry Dwyer. Both of these are like adventure type YouTubers, and they both post on average less than once a month. And they tend to post longer, better edited, kind of more comprehensive stuff. I'll go over the data here in just a sec, but first I just want to show you where I got the data and how I got it, because there's a cool little tip buried in there. So I used this thing called Social Blade. I don't really know anything about this site, but it had some useful data for each of the videos both of these folks had posted. And what I did is I took a screenshot of all of the stuff that you see here. I went to the Insert tab and I hit From Picture, and I hit Picture from Clipboard because we just screenshotted it, so it's in our clipboard. It's doing a little work to load it here. Once it loads it, we can hit Insert Data. It's going to give you a little warning saying, hey, do you want to review all these? We're going to do that later, so I'm just going to hit Insert anyways, and it's going to drop your data in. Now, there could be some formatting errors here. You'll notice some titles got split, some numbers aren't in the right place. There's a little cleanup to do, but this is a lot faster than manually entering this data ourselves. So I just got that data loosely cleaned up manually, and I need to get this KMB format, meaning thousands, millions, billions, and convert it to an actual number. There's an easy way you can do that just with a formula. It's this little formula you see right here. All this is doing is saying just strip out the number separately, multiply it by the right factor, and then remove the KMB from it. And we can just drag this down so we get numbers for everything. And then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to copy this and I'm just going to paste the values over here. And then delete the old column. Add in our headers. And then if we highlight all of this, we can go to the Insert tab and hit Table. Hit OK. And it's going to turn this into a table format, which is going to be easier to work with. I always suggest naming your tables. In this case, I might call it like BoM because it's Bo's data, so I can easily reference it later. And little details like make sure your views are in the right format. Just in general, it's a good habit to get into. Now, I went through that process for both folks, for Harry and Bo's accounts, and I also did another little calculation here, which is essentially saying, what is the difference between the current date and the previous post date in day count? That's what this little formula here does, because I'm really interested in how long they go in between posts. It's going to be important for our analysis. Now, to build our charts, we need our data in a slightly different format, so we're going to use pivot tables for that. I'm going to show you a couple little useful tricks here. Insert your pivot table. Obviously reference your sheet. You got a name for it, which makes life a little easier. We're going to do date and views, of course, here. Now, when we do this, it's going to skip lots of months and years where there isn't data. And that's going to be a problem for us because we want to see every single month. We want to see when there's no data there. We want to know when they haven't posted as well as when they have posted. So a couple things we're going to do, and this is going to just help you in general when you're dealing with dates and pivot tables. First things first is we're going to look at how things are grouped together. If we go into our date column, click anywhere in there, we have a group selection menu here. And when we grab this, you can shift-click multiple items like months and years, and it's going to break down items by that level of granularity. So if you want months, you do months and years. If you wanted days, you could do months, years, and days, etc. Hit OK, and we get all that data here. And there's another important factor here. We want to see all of our zeros. Under Field Settings, we need to make sure that we click Show Items with No Data, and then everything's going to show up. Also, just because I find it a little confusing, I don't want subtotals or grand totals showing up here, and I can go under the Design tab and turn those off so that we don't have those extra numbers showing up. Then all we have to do is click into this, go to the Insert tab, and we can drop in a pivot chart. In this case, it's going to show us views broken down over time. Now, I did that across views and I did it across post frequency. meaning I just did instead of views in the values section, I actually just put the title in, and it will do a count of each unique title. Since every video has a unique title, that gives us the count of posts being done. And I did that across both of them. So a couple things to keep in mind here in the analysis. Harry first posted a long time ago, back in 2007, in fact. We have to adjust our x-axis to align. So here's 2016, here's 2016, etc. all the way through. We've got some junk data here at the beginning and ending. Just ignore that for now. It's just a little cleanup thing we could fix later if we want to. But with our data laid out this way, we can kind of do a nice comparison between the two. And you also just get a sense of Harry's activity going way back here as well, where he posted a few videos way earlier, but really picked up frequency in 2016, just like Bo. So first, when we look at the top level metrics here, they're both posting slightly less on average than once a month. Bo has quite a bit more views than Harry does, but he has way more subscribers. So it's like, roughly 20-25% of the views, but less than 20-25% of the subscribers. When we look at post frequency for both of these folks, we do see some little spikes, but more with Bo. So Bo, is posting pretty infrequently, significantly less than once a month here if we dig in and look at this. But he does these little spikes where he does 5 or 6 posts all in 1 month, all at a time. And those are like little series he's releasing, one after the other. And those do not necessarily correlate with a big increase in views, which is interesting to me. If you're somebody who posts infrequently with high quality content, posting a bunch of content at once does not seem to make a big impact or drastically increase things. They both also get a lot of their views from a pretty small number of super viral videos. We've got a 4.7 million view month here. We've got a 3.2 million. We've got a few months across with Bo, but it's even more extreme with Harry. 1, 2, 3 of his months make up significantly more than half of all of his views. And that's just the nature of the game. Viral videos, they make a big impact. They go and they can drastically skew kind of the followers you have. Now, the reason I'm really able to interpret anything from this is because I have been watching Bo and Harry's videos for years now as they release them. Every time I see one in my feed, I remember who it is, and I'm excited to watch whatever they post. And that always was interesting because the prevailing wisdom online is, you have to post daily or weekly, or else people will just forget about you. But both of these folks, because they make very engaging, high-quality posts that always deliver, even when I see something a month, 2 months, 3 months, 4 months later, I'm going to watch every single thing that gets posted because I know that they're going to give that quality every single time. So to me, a big takeaway of all of this is you can do less frequent posting, but you have to deliver with those less frequent posts. If you're doing low quality posts infrequently, it's not going to go anywhere. But if you were doing high quality posts where you're really taking the time to do great storytelling and editing, you can get something really, really good out there. People are going to start to pay attention and notice every time you post something new and want to click on it. And that's another little insight outside of the data itself here, which is that both Bo and Harry are really expert storytellers. They both have backgrounds in storytelling through different mediums. And because of that, every single time they release a video, it's almost like the release of an episode of a show or the release of a short film. And not everyone posts that way. And honestly, I think to make this type of strategy work, this kind of post frequency, I think you actually do need to really focus on excellent storytelling in every single video. All right, hope that helps everybody. I thought this was just a fun little exercise that would give some useful insights. If you have any questions, let me know. I hope you enjoyed it and have a great day. Bye-bye.